Hi all, in this video I'll be demonstrating how to run a Java application by connecting to RDS server in cloud using Eclipse. So let us first log into our AWS management console. So you can see I've already logged in. So go to services, search for RDS. It will then land on to the RDS dashboard page. Now you will get an option to create a database. Click on it. So select the standard version to create the database and select the Oracle database, Oracle Standard Edition 1, and below here please select the free tier. Do not forget to select the free tier and do not miss this step, because the all other will be charged highly. So please select the free tier and then give the database name as Oracle. You can give anything over there, and username, password also you can set anything. So I am giving it as admin 123. So giving it as admin 123. So once it is done, so T3 micro will be selected since we have selected the free tier. Come down, and in the additional connectivity configuration select this public access, since we will be accessing this database from an external source. So rest all, keep it as it is, and then click on create database. It will take some time to create the database. Until then, you can see here the database instance name is ORCL, and it is creating the database. So it will take some time. So once the database is active, we can use it. So it is not yet active, so let the database be created. Until then, we will move on to Eclipse. Yeah, so this is the latest version of Eclipse which I have downloaded. You can download whichever of your choice. So here we have to create an AWS Java project. So for that you have to download the plugin in the Eclipse marketplace. So I will show you which plugin to download. It takes some time in Eclipse too. It is not that fast. So yes, here you can search for AWS Toolkit. And this one. So since I've already installed, it is showing as installed, or else it will show like this install. So install this AWS Toolkit for Eclipse 2.0. So again it will take some time, and after installing this it will restart the Eclipse application. So once all those things are done, you can go to File, New, Project, and here you can see the AWS part, or also you can type it here. You will get this AWS Java project. Select next and give any name. Say I will say Java RDS demo. Okay, this is my project name, and then select finish. So once the project is AWS Java project is created, you can see, since it is a Maven architecture, it has this kind of folder structure, and the Java is already here. And now go to Windows, Preferences, and AWS Toolkit. So here you can see some access ID and secret access key which is already present here. Yeah, so this access key ID and secret ID is unique for each and every user of AWS console. So there are two ways to get it. Either you can go to the AWS console, and yeah, see here we can still see the database getting created. So here you can click on your username and go to my security credentials, and it will take you to IAM management console, and here you can see access key ID and secret key. So here, since I've already created a access key, it is displaying, or else it will be empty and only this button will be present here, and you can click on it and you will get an access key, and you can also download it in a form of CSV. So I have already created it and I have the access key and the secret access key. So that is what I have used here. So I have entered my access key and secret access key ID, and I have just applied it and just apply and close. And then here you can see some default package which is already created. So right click on it, new class. So here you can give any class name. I'll say demo, and include public static void main, and then say finish. So you will get a class demo which has a main method by default. You can remove this commented line and then start coding. So what we are doing here is, from this application we are trying to access the database which we have created in the RDS server in the Amazon cloud. Okay, so let us see whether the database is created. Yes. Okay. Yeah, so the instance is created. Yeah, let's go back here. Yeah. So what we will be doing is, we will try to access that particular instance using our application. So let's say Amazon RDS, AWS RDS is equal to Amazon RDS client builder dot. So you can see here it is not present, so we have to first import this Amazon RWS. So you will get an option to import. Since it is a Maven project, it will import automatically. So now when you say dot, it says standard, and then select fit a region, which region you are, and then say regions dot. My Amazon region is AP South 1, so I am selecting that particular region, and then dot build. Okay, so next, using this AWS RDS connection, we will try to get the database instance. So let's say describe db instance result. db instance is equal to d AWS RDS dot describe db instances. Okay, and then say list of. So since there is a possibility of having multiple database, or the multiple instance of database. So we create a list db instance db instance equal to db. So this one we will say as db instance result. So let's access that db instance result dot get db instances. So here in using this we will get the list of database instances which are present in the RWS in the Amazon Web Services. So now let's loop it. Let's print all the database details in a loop. So we'll say db instance class and the variable db instant. This is for each loop, as you all know. We'll say db instance. So let's print db instance plus db instant dot. So if you just say db instant, it will print all the details. So let's check it out. So save it and then run as Java application. So you can select run as Java application. So in the console you can see here. Okay, so there is some warning. So here you can see the db instance, so all the db details. So for example, the database username is admin and we have selected T3 micro and the database name is ORCL. So all the details is available. So for our understanding, let's just get the db name. So again run as Java application. So we can see the db instance and the instance name is ORCL. So now we have successfully connected the AWS RDS server, which is hosting our Oracle database using our Java application. So now let's try to validate it in one more furthermore step. Let's try to connect to this particular database using the SQL client. So for that, what we have to do is we have to make use of this endpoint. Let's copy this endpoint, open my SQL Oracle server SQL developer, so which I've already opened. So click on new connection. Name you can give it as anything, or Oracle test I will be giving. Username was admin, password was admin123. So in the place of host name I am giving the path which was generated and the port is same, and SID will be your database instance ID. So my database instance ID is ORCL, so I am testing it. So the connection is successful. So let's connect to the database. Okay, so here we can see the database is connected. So every database will have dummy tables which will be having a dummy data. So what we'll be doing is we'll try to get that dummy data in the SQL developer, so that through our Java application again we can get the data and validate. So our dummy database is dual. So let's query that database. Select star from dual. So let us run this statement, and we can see our dummy table dual has an entry called as dummy, which has a value x. Okay, so there is only one value. So now let us try to get the same value using our Eclipse. So before that, we have to connect to the database using our JDBC application. So that is why I have downloaded a JDBC client jar. So we have to import that jar to our build path. So go to add external jars, and then you can see here OJDBC 8 version I have installed. So I am opening that and then apply, and then you can say apply and close. So as you all know, we have to create the host name, port, and the JDBC URL, and then the connection and the all other steps. So I will be creating the host name, string host name equal to the path which we had copied earlier. Okay, and string port is 1521. Now create the JDBC URL, which is we will be using JDBC Oracle database, and the theme client @hostname, which we already have, our hostname plus we are concatenating it with a colon, and then the port, again concatenating it with a colon, and our SID, which is ORCL. Okay, so this is nothing but hostname colon port number colon SID. So now let's create the connection. So as we all know, we use connection con is equal to driver manager dot get connection, and the connection string is JDBC URL, and the username of the database is admin, and the password is admin123. So now it is giving error for connection. So let's import Java SQL connection. Okay, so it is asking to add throws declaration or surround with try and catch. So let's surround it with try and catch. So once we have established the connection, let's create a statement stmt is equal to connection dot create statement. Okay, again let's import the statement, SQL statement. Okay, So once we have the statements, let's query our table. So to store that, we will store it in result set rs, which is equal to statement dot execute query, and our query is select star from dual. Okay, and the result set usually so the result set usually returns multiple data, so that is why again let's do the for each loop. So here we can directly use the result set while the result set has next. It means if the result set has any elements, then we know there is only one data, so that we will be fetching it using resulted dot get string of column 1. Okay, so we will print it out. Sys out data is plus data. Okay, so we have established a connection over here using our JDBC URL, and then we have created a statement and the result set to store the query which we are executing. So let us try to run this application or run this piece of code and see whether we will be getting the expected result. Yes, so you can see here the DB instance, the ORCL which is already connected, which I have showed earlier, and the data is X. So the same thing which we had seen in our SQL developers, you can see here the data was X. So this is a short demonstration of connecting to RDS server using a Java application in AWS cloud. Thank you.